And on this video, we're taking a look at the KA Elite Bi-Directional Scanner. The system supports activating components on vehicles as well as giving you access to dealer-level service functions. I'm also going to show you how it can be used to pull live data from the vehicle, including graphing that data, and I'm also going to show you the vehicle coverage list. That way you can see if your vehicle is supported by this scanner. And it also comes with free updates, so there is no need to pay a subscription service. And I have placed a link in the description down below to this system in case you want to get one. And the scanner comes in this hard carry case, nice heavy duty latches, and it's secured with 3 Velcro straps and some padding. And first I'll show you the scanner and then we'll take a look at the accessories. And this features an 8-inch touchscreen, and this feels nice and heavy duty, has some good weight to it. And on top of the unit, power buttons located right here, easy to find. Also the input for the DLC, full-size USB, and USB-C port. There's also drop protection all around the scanner. This red portion that you see is all nice and soft. That's always a good thing. There's also an integrated camera and integrated kickstand, and the kickstand feels like it's metal, and there's a little bit of rubber right here. That way you can lay your scanner out like this. And for accessories, we get the cable to interface to the vehicle, as well as a USB-A to USB-C cable to charge the scanner, and also the charging adapter, which does include replaceable faceplates to use this in different places of the world. And now let's connect to the OBD2 port so we can diagnose this vehicle. And let's begin with intelligent diagnosis. This is where the scanner pulls the VIN number from your vehicle so it can diagnose it. And we get these 2 options, quick access and diagnosis. Let's go inside of diagnosis. And we get the following options, and let's begin with the full health report of the vehicle. And a total of 31 systems were scanned and 17 DTCs were found. 3 issues were found in the ECM, 3 issues in radar cruise, 4 in TPMS, 1 in the combination meter, 3 in the smart key, 2 power source control, and 1 in the navigation system. And you can see what the issue is and the code for it. And the rest of the systems that have a green check mark, those tested out okay. And also notice the vehicle voltage is displayed right here, and the scanner battery is charged because the scanner is physically connected to the vehicle. And that is one advantage of scanners that are not wireless, meaning I don't have to worry about whether I charge the scanner battery or not. It can pull power from the vehicle. But going back to these issues, if you're not familiar with a particular issue, you can tap on that one and it is gonna Google that for you. And if you tap on the system name, it is also going to give you a small description of what the system does, which is convenient, especially if you're not familiar with all the modules that can be on a vehicle. And you can clear all these codes with the Clear DTC option, and you can also generate a report containing a summary of the findings. And if I only wanted to delete some codes, perhaps the codes for the TPMS, I could go inside of that module, and then I could use the Clear Fault Memory option to clear them. And some modules are going to support special functions, and those can be accessed here. But let's go inside of ECM so I can show you a couple of other interesting things. Again, you can read the codes, clear the codes, read freeze frame data, read live data, but also actuation tests. And that is because this is a bi-directional scanner, so it is going to be able to activate several things on the vehicle. Some newer vehicles have a lot more stuff, and older vehicles don't have as much control. On their special function, again, you'll find functions that are special to that specific module. But let's go ahead and do the read live data. And as you can see, these are all the parameters that we can stream from this vehicle, which are quite a bit. I'm going to select all and hit OK. And we're live streaming data from the vehicle, quite a bit of different parameters that we can pull, all of them live. And you do have the option to record the live data that's coming from the vehicle for later review. Once again, we have the option to generate a report or to sample the data, which can be helpful if you wanted to compare it to another sample. And I selected some common parameters that people look at, and I want to show you engine speed, which is right here, and I'll give it some gas. And also notice that tapping on here is going to graph it. And you can also switch between metric and imperial with this icon. And if you use the graph icon, you can get up to 12 parameters in one screen at the same time. Now you can see that all the parameters have their name, so you know what it is and the value. Also notice that if you tap combine, then you can combine up to 4 parameters in the same graph. And I'm gonna go ahead and select a couple different ones over here. Let's select this guy right here. How about this one? And let's do engine speed. Okay, and we got those 4 parameters. You can see that they're all color coded, and you can see the information right here for each, again, live in one single graph. And if you don't need that full health report, you can access individual systems directly by going into here, and then you can find the system that you're interested in looking at, which can save you time over doing that full scan of the vehicle. There's also some access to customize vehicle settings, and that is found right here. And then you can look at the particular thing that you're trying to customize, and then go inside of that module and then find the option that you're looking to change. Going back to the main menu where you have diagnosis and quick access, I tested the quick access and it takes me literally to the same place as diagnosis, so I'm not sure there is much advantage to using quick access over diagnosis. The second way to diagnose a vehicle is with the diagnose function, and here you manually select what vehicle make you're working with. That way the scanner can diagnose it for you. And I'll scroll through this list, that way you can see if your vehicle make is supported by the scanner. And if you go to the VIN scan option, here you can use the camera to scan the VIN or manually enter it. But also you may have noticed this EOBD, OBD2 function. These can be used to scan vehicles that are not supported by the scanner. This particular vehicle that we're in is somewhat rare, so it is not supported by the scanner. And even though the vehicle is not supported by the scanner, the OBD2 scan gives us access to emissions readiness data, freeze frame data, clear default codes, which will clear the check engine light, and a couple other items over here, including reading the codes from the vehicle, but also reading live data. And this is similar to the screen that I showed you before. I selected all of them and I'm gonna hit OK, and you get live data coming from the vehicle. Moving over to maintenance, this is where the service functions are located, and there's quite a bit of them: air suspension matching, ABS bleeding, battery matching, brake pad reset, clutch matching, and more. And I'll scroll through this list, that way you can see if the service function that you need is included in the scanner. And if you tap on any of the service functions, it'll give you the description of what it does and any pertinent notes, something that is very convenient for anybody who's new to bi-directional scanners and want to know more about the service function before actually going inside of it. Moving over to updates, they are included for free with the scanner. There is no subscription required, and there are 2 tabs. The second one shows you the software that already has been updated, and the first tab shows you the software that needs to be updated. Now you could uncheck anything that you don't want to download if perhaps you don't have any plans to use that, or you could also tap on here and select individual updates, or my preferred way of updating it is with this upgrade icon to upgrade all of them at once. And on their module, there are several upgrades for the scanner, such as a printer, videoscope, oscilloscope, Bluetooth battery tester, and also a dedicated TPMS wand. Copies of the diagnostic reports are gonna be under file, and under repair info there's a couple of interesting items. First one is the fault code library, and here you can put a code. Perhaps somebody gave you a code, you don't have access to the vehicle, and then you can put it in here, PO141. Let's try that out. And then the scanner can tell you what that code is for. And under learning materials, there are some screen recordings of some of the different special functions that the scanner can do. There's not that many brands available in here as screen recordings. For example, USA4 only has one, and when you go inside of there, it says coming soon. But for example, I want to show you one that actually does work. Under GM, you can see that there are a couple different things on here, and if you tap on one of them, you can see the screen recording on how to conduct that process. There is also a shortcut to the camera and a shortcut to the user manual. However, there is nothing there yet, so make sure you hold on to the paper one. The internet can also be accessed via the Chrome browser, and there's also a file manager which shows you how much space is available on the scanner. And I navigated to YouTube so we can test the audio and video quality. By Kingbolen supports access to controller level functions as well as bi-directional capabilities. And this icon allows somebody to remote into the tablet, but let me show you inside the settings. And under settings, the scanner can be customized, including adding the different technicians that use this tablet. Here's also where you can set up your Wi-Fi and also your business information in case you wanted this to show up on your reports. And under customer management, you can also create a database of the customers that you work with. Also notice that there is a drop down that allows you to adjust the volume and also the screen brightness. Well, here's where you can enable two interesting functions. One of them is going to be the screen recorder, and the second one is going to be a screenshot icon, and you can move that icon whatever you want. Same thing with the screen recorder icon. And if you take any screenshots, those are going to be found on their album, and any screen recordings are going to be found on their screen recording. And under settings, here you can change whether you want metric or imperial units by default, time, format, and also languages. And I'll scroll through here so you can see which languages are included in this scanner. And I have made another video where I show you the setup and activation process for this scan tool. It's fairly straightforward, but it's always good to see what that looks like on video. I'll put a link to that in the description down below. And I'm also gonna put a link in the description to this scan tool in case you wanna get one for yourself. If you guys have any other questions regarding this, please put that in the comments down below. If you found any part of this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel, and stay tuned as I have a lot more scanner reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.